Greetings, everyone. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for listening. I was asked to do a video by one of the parents at my school, Seoul. Seoul School is a magnet school for mathematics and science in South Africa. In this video, I'd like to explain why I decided to create Seoul School. And I'll start by saying, in a nutshell, for most of my life, I was an average student, maybe slightly below average, even through 3 years of college, where I dropped out after the third year. Had odd jobs, later went into the music business and started studying, because I was always interested in science and ancient studies due to my father's influence. Despite my father being a physician, I was an average student in all disciplines. Maybe not physical education, but everything else. And that's because I didn't have the support to make me a student that was operating at my highest potential. I didn't have the support to get the A's and the B's. Emotionally, yeah, the support was there. But in terms of discipline and structure, not so much. Not academically. After I started getting deeper and deeper into esoteric knowledge, combined with my love for science, combined with the fact that I had dropped out of university and I wanted to prove that I could do it, I got to the point where the math and the science became clear to me because of the esoteric knowledge. And when I say esoteric knowledge, I mean ancient knowledge and wisdom that explains the creation of the universe, that explains the essence of religion and spirituality, ancient history, ancient philosophy. I got to the point where my confidence level got to the point where I could feel biology and chemistry. I could feel mathematics. It just made sense. And to prove that I was on the right path, out of the blue, well, after about 6 months, I would say, not necessarily out of the blue, I went back to university with a biology major. Because of the accolades that I got as a biology student, I was like, wow, that was easy. Let's try chemistry. Chemistry, not so much success as the biology, but I had no background in chemistry nor biology. But I was able to get through it at a high level just with my understanding of the esoteric knowledge and wisdom, with no background in biology, no real background in chemistry. And I went into economics to see if I can just take a complete tangent and see if this esoteric knowledge would apply to something that it really doesn't seem related to. And I had success at the graduate level in economics. No background in economics. So now I'm thinking, wow, I got the secret. I need to teach this. After a few more years back in the music business and a few more odd jobs, I started the school. And the purpose of the school was to instill esoteric knowledge to the degree that what happened to me could happen to other students. But at a younger age, starting at a younger age, I got my introduction from maybe 24, 25 on. And I'm hoping, my theory was that if I started this at 3, 4 years old with other people's kids and my own, that I should have greater success with my school. After a few years of starting the school, I learned a lot, and it took me on a path that I didn't expect. All positive. I realized early on that the love that I had for the esoteric wasn't I didn't see the love that I have for the esoteric. And not too many of the parents who initially came to the school, and then introducing it to the kids at an earlier age, they didn't really associate it with anything because they didn't have anything to associate it to. It was just something else to learn for them. But that was fine because my plan was to plant the seeds and for them to later get a feel for what this esoteric knowledge and wisdom does and how does it relate to life. Later on, parents that were coming to the school were pretty much looking for their kids to get a good education, especially in the math and the sciences, but not so much the esoteric. And there's different reasons for that. But then it came right back down to the basics. The kids that did well at the school and the kids that are doing well at the school have the support, the emotional support and the disciplinary support. I still look at it as we're planting seeds. So the students that get it are doing well. And not a lot of students understand it and they don't understand how it relates to anything. But the ones who get it they've come a long way in their academics and in their maturity. At this point, my objective has changed. Although it's impossible to teach what we teach without embedding esoteric and knowledge and wisdom in it, because the knowledge and wisdom is already embedded in it. And at the university level, anyone who is familiar with the 7 liberal arts, if you study the trivium and the quadrivium, you realize that the ancients divided education into trivium and quadrivium. I'll do a video on that at some point. The trivium and the quadrivium later became the 7 liberal arts. At the university level, the 7 liberal arts are deemed to be the basis of a well-rounded education. Anyone studying the 7 liberal arts is said to have a well-rounded education. Although they don't have a major, they have a well-rounded education. But what the 7 liberal arts is nothing compared to what it was as the trivium and quadrivium. Tri and quad. 7. So all I've done with my school is put it back in. Not all of it, but because it can be a shocker to introduce to someone who's not familiar with it. So I've embedded as much as I could of the original trivium and quadrivium back into the education. So at this point, our priorities at the school has shifted to continuing to embed the esoteric into the academics, because it's impossible not to if you know about it. But our priorities have shifted to making sure that the kids have the discipline and the structure necessary to be successful at the academic level. And that at some point, the esoteric will catch up. That's diametrically opposed to what it was when I started the school, where the focus was the esoteric. And what we find is that the parents who do put in place the academic structure, the discipline, and are actively engaged with their children regarding the academics, those kids do well. And the ones who don't do that, the kids don't do well. What we do the best that we can do with under the circumstances, but it is draining to put the effort into a child knowing that the home environment is not conducive to them doing well, and the parents not understanding why is my child not doing well. The best thing that I can say is that it's not necessary for the parents to understand the math. It's not necessary for the parents to understand the sciences. It's not necessary for the parents to even understand esoteric knowledge and wisdom. All we ask at this point is that the structure and the discipline is instilled in the children with engagement. What did you do in school today? Explain the Fibonacci sequence. Explain trigonometric functions. What's happening here? Explain the digestive system. How many elements can you name from the periodic table? Basic parental engagement. Not teaching, just asking questions. And I think if parents just did that much, and I know we're all busy. I have to make that choice with my children. Stop what I'm doing. I need the money, but I need to focus on my kids. We all have to make that decision as parents. We have to make the decision at times to stop what we're doing or to even organize our time around the children. Set a schedule in the home where we set aside time to engage with our children academically. Sadly, as the operator of a school, the majority are not doing that. And, but they're trying. Our parents are trying, but it's not always that easy. So for me, I was able to use the esoteric knowledge and see it, but I was a much more older and more mature student. And it was easier for me to relate it to academics, and I had that success. This experiment that I've done, I see, and I've learned so much. But I'm still doing what I'm doing. I'm doing these videos, still trying to promote the esoteric knowledge and wisdom because I see the benefits. And I'm hopeful that these seeds that we're planting will fruit, and all of the children who come through our school will have the success that they desire and are able to live the lives that they choose in happiness. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Peace and love.